Okay, this is a little bit of a challenging video to set up because what we're going to do is rather than doing a typical lecture, we're going to set you up on a project. And the point of the project is pulling material together that falls over several courses, really, and having you make board notes by you for you. So as we go through, I'll talk about the relevance of that. So the point value is on the syllabus. This will be due by the end of the term, and I'll go through, set you up on it, and you'll see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk, well, we're not going to talk very much now, but we're going to talk about vitamins and minerals, but we're going to talk about them when we're using them. So way back when, I used to do a traditional lecture on this PowerPoint, and it was like, here's a little information on another vitamin. We're done. Let's move on to a next one. Here's a little information. And I think I left students feeling like, well, okay, so what do I do with that? So what I started doing was having you do this project, and then you make a table, and as we do each vitamin, and you'll do some of them in nutrition, then you edit the table, so it's in your own words, but you see the relevance of it. So you build something initially that you're going to edit as you go along. So vitamins fall into two categories. They're either water-soluble or fat-soluble. They're molecules that we can't make, but they're molecules that we need, so it's essential that we have them in our diets that we consume. So we need them for the performance of specific functions. It's more relevant when we talk about this when you're talking or we're talking about those specific functions. So some of the places you're going to see them is as precursors to hormones. We're going to talk about vitamin D a lot, a little next trimester, and a lot in endocrinology. We'll talk about vitamin A. We're going to see them as group transfer agents, B6, B12, things like that. So we'll talk about those. We'll have them as antioxidants, redox cofactors, things like that. Okay, so the table you're going to set up, and I'm going to start you on it, and then you'll take it from there. You're going to have the name of the vitamin, the common name, the function, and what you get if you have a deficiency. If you want to add food sources, you're more than welcome. With the fat soluble, if you want to add toxic limits, you're more than welcome. I would really, really recommend, I'm not requiring, but I would recommend you do this electronically, because what you're going to do is the project now is do the best you can with a lot of stuff you don't really know. Then, as you learn and know and meet these in different classes, the advantage of it, or the value in this, is going to be going back and editing it. So it's the edited version that's going to matter. The big deal with the edited version is that you can get asked the same question multiple different ways. When we're discussing some of these vitamins, we'll talk about that. We'll say, you could get asked the question this way, this way, this way. And I'll go through them with you and talk about it, but then it'll be your job to go and edit your vitamin chart so you'd pick up on the question this way, or this way. Sometimes they're very general, sometimes they're very specific. And you know what trips your mind to pick up on something. I could give you a vitamin chart, I could give you mine. If you want it, you can have it. But the problem with it is, it's probably not going to be very valuable to you because it's written tailored to the way I think. We might not think the same way. So what I wrote might not make you pick up on that's what that question's asking. And there's nothing worse than getting a question wrong for not knowing what the question was asking. Hurts a lot less if you just didn't know it. So anyway, that's what we're going for here. So I would probably, well, it doesn't matter which way you do it. I'd probably do A, D, K, and E. The fat soluble first. So you can put fat soluble. And then B1, B2, so on. Get all the B's up. Oh, we need room for C in there. I like C first. We can leave B12 there. Let's put C, B1, B2, and so on. And of course, you'll put all the B's. So these are my water soluble. So I would get that set up, and like I said, electronically, Word, Excel, whatever you want. But your goal is, what you want is you want it easy to edit. The first cut's just so you have something. And really, to be totally upfront with this, the purpose of the project is to make you have something. So we're calling it a project and making it have a point value. So you'll do it. It's blackmail, bribery, whatever you want to call it. But it gets you to do it. And the logic behind it is, I know you wouldn't mean to not do it, but you prioritize and you're busy. So if there's points, you're kind of stuck in a deadline. But if you have it, you'll edit it. So my hope is if you have something, you'll edit it, knowing that if you don't have something, you probably won't get around to doing it. So anyway, that's the logic and the hope. So I would start then going through the PowerPoint, and I would start just filling it out the best you can. Not all those categories are going to have something, but just do what you can with it, because again, you're going to come back and edit it. So I would have things like here, vitamin D doesn't really have a common name. Function, I'd probably put bone health, cholesterol, whatever. You're going to come back and edit it and put it all in your words when you really know how those questions are asked and what you want to do. Here, for the deficiency, I put rickets if you're less than 12 years old, osteomalacia if you're greater than 12 years old. And my thought would be, well, hang on, what do I do if I get asked about a 12-year-old? Really, really unlikely that you will. Most of the standardized tests are very good about staying off of or away from like borderline numbers. Like if you get asked about a blood pressure, it would be dead on normal or so far off normal, there's no doubt, if that makes sense. So, and then I keep going. Vitamin A for my common name, I'd probably put retin anything. Just do retin dash, retinol, retinoid, whatever. I'd probably put in that beta carotene is a precursor. Because again, it's your chart by you for you. That's probably a good thing to know. Precursor, if I could spell. So that's probably a good thing to know. Deficiency, blindness, things like that. Then when we come back and talk about vitamin A, and you talk about vitamin A in other classes, you'll fill that out, reword it, edit it to make it work for you. Vitamin E, tocopherol, deficiency erythrocytes, things like that. Vitamin K, for the purpose, be German. Clotting, spell it with a K. It's your chart by you for you. And just so you know with this, neatness does not count. If your first cut is what's going to be the most valuable to you to study from, perfect. I'll take your word for it. Good. Spelling doesn't count. You want to do clotting with a K? How about it do clotting with a K? What I want you to end up with at the end of this, and by this I mean not just biochemistry, but Dr. Krabbe in your nutrition class knows you do this, so he just picks up and carries on with it. I want you to end up with a really good board study tool by you, for you, in your words. So that's the end goal. The points in the project is just to motivate you. So, and then just keep on keeping on. And again, you're not going to have something for everything. Vitamin C, you will. So then, we have vitamin C, common name, ascorbic acid. Function, I would probably put big C in collagen. It's really important in maintaining your collagen. What do I get if I don't have enough vitamin C? I get scurvy, the old British limey story. Okay, then the B vitamins. We're going to spend a lot of time with these. B1, thiamine, important for carbohydrate metabolism. This one you're going to be rewording a lot with us doing it, and we'll go over it. Could be asked this way, this way, this way, and I'll ask you this way, and or this way. But you'll have B1, you'll have thiamine. Most likely, for your function, you're going to put something like decarboxylation. Or you might put carb metabolism. And you might be sitting here right now saying, I don't know what decarboxylation is. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Throw it in there. You will. And as you do this, there might be a lot of things that you don't know what it means. And that's fine. You will. And that's the whole point of editing it. So set yourself up for easy editing. Our deficiencies, beriberi, Wernicke-Korsakoff. So I would fill that in. B2, riboflavin. And I know I'm saying it kind of goofy, but I'm doing it on purpose. When I say goofy stuff, it's on purpose. That F gets important. And we're going to have molecules called electron carriers, and they're going to carry electrons. One of them is going to be flavin adenine dinucleotide. So right here. Another one, flavin mononucleotide. The flavin part comes from riboflavin. So that's why I'm saying it kind of goofy. So we're going to do a lot with those because we're going to have them carry electrons for us. What B vitamin is necessary for you to be able to have these electron carriers available to your cells to carry electrons? Riboflavin. So in my function, I might put FAD, FMN, whatever. I might put electron carriers. I might put it this way. Doesn't matter. Because when we do it, you're going to go back and edit it and make it or put it in whatever form works for you. Niacin's another one with our electron carriers. So niacin, where's our structure? Yeah, here's our NAD. So niacin is the N of NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, another electron carrier. So you might put electron carrier, you might put NAD, whatever. So B3 is niacin. The condition you get if you don't have enough niacin is pellagra. Pellagra is characterized by the 4 Ds. So our 4 Ds are diarrhea, dermatitis. So you get diarrhea, you get dermatitis, you get dementia, and you get dead. Okay, cute way of remembering it. But here's the question that gets you in trouble. Pellagra is a result of a deficiency of which of the following vitamins? Well, if you only remember this 4D thing, it makes vitamin D very tempting. And it's nothing to do with vitamin D. It's a deficiency of B3 or niacin. It's your chart by you, for you. If you want to put a note on there next to pellagra, remember it by the 4 Ds, but nothing whatsoever to do with vitamin D, by all means go ahead and do that. Because again, it's your chart, your notes by you, for you. And then just keep on going. And again, there's going to be words you don't know what they mean yet, but that's okay. We'll get there. You'll get there. So go through the chart, and again, there'll be some spots you don't fill in. This is a diagram I kind of liked, and you can take stuff off it if you want. If you don't want to, you don't need to. The thing I liked about it was that it had the type of reaction or the process over here that each vitamin is needed for. So I kind of liked that association, although the students usually think I just like it because it's blue and orange. Minerals, if you want to include them, by all means, go right ahead. What I would recommend, if you don't do them, leave your chart set up, so maybe a second sheet, if you did it on an Excel spreadsheet, is set up so you could easily build it. And then as we hit each mineral, and as you hit each mineral in other classes, it's easy to go ahead and add to it. The addability, expandability, editability, if that's a word, is really important with this. So there's your minerals. Again, I don't know that I'd worry about them yet. I'd add them as you meet them. Another chart I kind of like for the B vitamins. Again, I just like the reaction type with it. If you want to take anything off of this, by all means. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. Okay, and again, I just like the way the deficiency is shown on this. Again, use it if you want. If you don't like it, don't use it. Okay, so that's your task. That's your mission. The point value is in the syllabus. There will be a Dropbox on Brightspace for you to submit it. And whatever form you choose to do it in makes absolutely no difference to me. This is all about you. And the deadline will be as long as it's in when I'm doing your final grades. So have it in, before your final exam would probably be the best thing. And then it'll be there when I'm doing final grades. If you have any questions, let me know.